are paid on a fixed amount of money. And so simple interest, you pay the interest on a set amount, which is the principal. Okay? To calculate simple interest, use the formula I equals PRT. This one is on your formula chart. Okay, it's going to show up. Oh, man, always doing the wrong thing. It's going to show up, so make sure you're paying attention. It says where I is the interest earned. So I'm gonna write out to the side, and I think you have room out to the side. Really, it's saying interest equals principal times rate times time. And the time on something like that is always measured in years. If it says months, we need to convert it to a decimal or a fraction. But this is going to always be in years. So principal times rate times time equals interest. Okay, so look at our first example. Example 1 says Nelson deposits $1,200 into an account that earns 5% interest each year. Calculate the interest in 2 years. So that's where we're going to do that formula. We're going to say I equals, our principal amount is $1,200. Our rate is 5%, and our time is 2 years, okay? So we're going to say 1,200 times 0.05 is 60. 60 times 2 is 120. So in 2 years, Nelson's going to earn $120 interest, okay? Now, that was compounded, which are just simple interest. So example 2 asks you to do the same thing, but they ask you to compound the interest annually. So we would do the same thing, 1,200 times 0.05, but we would only do 1 year, and we would get $60 for that first year. 1,200 times 0.05 times 1 is $60. So then we would add our interest back to our original amount. So we would say $1,260 because it's $1,200 plus the $60 he earned in interest. That is our new balance starting out the second year, right? Okay, so we would say 1,260 times 0.05 times 1. So 1,260 times 0.05 is $63. Okay, so that's his new interest for that year. So at the end of the year, he would have 1,260 plus 63, and he'd have $1,323 at the end of 2 years. Okay, so that's compounding it annually. We take the amount, we add it back on, and then we push it through the equation again. Okay, so which way did he earn more interest? Simple or compound? Compound. How much more did he earn? $3. It went from 120, and it's because he earned that interest on the interest he paid. He got paid? Huh? Yep, it is. Okay, compare a simple interest and the compound interest in the deposit of $1,800. Okay, so simple interest would be $1,800 times 0.05 times 2. That's simple interest. 1,800 times 0.05 times 2. And we get 180. So 180 is the simple interest. Now, if we calculate it the other way, we would say 1,800 times 0.05 times 1. 1,800 times 0.05 is 90. We would take this 90 and add it back, so it would be 1,890. Do 1,890 times 0.05 times 1. And get 94.5 for the second time. Okay, total value of compounded interest. Well, I mean, I think he got 184.5 total value in the interest, right? But his total outcome would be 1,890 plus 94.5, which is 1,984.5. What is the amount of simple interest earned in that same period? It's $180. So which one earned more compounded annually? Okay. Okay, look at this one. Compare the simple interest and the compound interest of a $3,000 with 6% for 2 years. So I equals $3,000 times 0.06 times 2. That's the simple interest one. So just for time, I'm multiplying it to 0.06 times 2, and I'm getting $360 is how much interest he pays. Okay, now what if I did it just for 2 years? 3,000 times 0.06 times 1. And I got 180. I would take it back and say 3,180 times 0.06 times 1. And I would get 190.8. Total value of compound interest is 370.8. And he earned 360 for simple. Am I going too fast? Y'all kind of get where we're going? Okay. So I want you to attempt number 3 on your own. What's the simple interest one? Principal times rate times time. And then finish it out. Okay, we're running out of time, so I'm going to kind of finish this off. I multiplied 5,000 times 0.07 times 2, and I got $700 interest. That was the simple way. 5,000 times 0.07 times 2. Now, if I did this on the compound interest, I'd say 5,000 times 0.07 times 1. And I'd get 350. I would add that back in to my amount. And I would get 374.5. So what's the total value? It'd be 424.50. And the total, $724.50. And then the total value here would be 700. So generally, compound interest is going to work out in your favor. Now, if you start messing with the rates and comparing, then it might be different. Okay, so you have to know what the rates are that you're looking at.